No, it's on. Hello, hi. I'm going live here on Instagram, kind of treating it like it is TikTok, and just to see what happens. Um, all day I've had so much on my mind. I am in the kitchen, kind of meal prepping, making a couple of our favorite salads. So, my simple, like, it's not necessarily what was on my mind, but one of my favorite salads is that spaghetti salad with cold noodles. We do gluten free, and I cheat on the dressing. This is our favorite, the Italian from Olive Garden. And then I add in peppers and olives, capers if I have them, cucumbers for sure. And I might add in some pulled chicken. We'll see. But today, it's been a good day for me. I've got a lot of video done. I am working on making I hope to launch it the first of the month, a online course. So a 120-day foundational detox and parasite cleanse. So I'm working on the back office education modules. I'm going to take 1 second quick and share this over on Facebook. I'm still in Facebook jail. Tomorrow, I don't have a big Instagram following, but I need practice just doing the videos. So here I am. There's so many things that are on my mind today. One of the big things that's on my mind is, um, well, one, I was a day early for a funeral, so I'll try that again tomorrow. I have a gal in my life. We all have people in our life that get affected by sickness and disease, by the big C. And this gal, she's here local. She fought as hard as she could. She, to the best of my knowledge, had just turned 40. So I just met her recently. We both are from the same community, but we didn't travel in the same circles. And she had come in last fall to the shop to kind of see what I had going on. She had told me she had breast cancer and it was pretty aggressive. She was trying to decide what she was going to do, how she was going to fight it, how she was going to take care of it. She went down to a couple of places in Arizona and it really it went fast. It was fast, it was aggressive. Um and it's just one of those situations, those things that nobody like really wants to talk about, so or think about, or when it does happen it makes us think all sorts of things that we don't want to think about. If you go to my Facebook page or my YouTube page, I made a lengthy video today, um kind of combining a testimony to her. Like she had kind of owned her root causes and was really excited to beat cancer and to share her testimony and to try to help people avoid cancer. And she didn't get the chance to beat it. She didn't get the chance to beat it. So I'll probably be doing a lot of education in her honor. She's also got a sister that has taken some, like, I think she did FDN, so functional diagnostic classes or something. So her sister too is going to be trying to help others, educate people in her honor. I hope that we get the chance to work together and do what we can do. When I think of breast cancer awareness, it just is, it's a totally different way of thinking about it. Watch the video that I did today. It's on my Facebook page. It's pretty long, but I shared a lot of my testing and a lot of where I was when I first started. I haven't arrived by any means to a place of health, but like there's a lot of people sharing about mold. Everybody's talking about mold. I shared my labs from a few years ago when my ochratoxin A was 34 plus. Like that's not good. But I retested it this spring and it's not there. It doesn't show up on the tests. So we can detox these things out. I myself have got the MTHFR mutation, slow comp, this and that and the other thing. So when you don't detox well, when you don't methylate well, bad things happen in your body. Long story short, I'll have you watch that video. So a cool thing that I have just within the last 4 or 5 days um, brought into my practice is GLP-1 peptides. So it's a company that I've partnered with. I used to in my practice just not long ago. It's a small town, small practice, just me. I'm just me trying to fill all these gaps, trying to help whoever comes in my door with whatever is wrong with them, right? And so I was, again, another story about a friend, a neighbor, um, years ago who was on hospice. He had a very aggressive colon cancer, and we didn't have hospice in our community. So they called and said, "Can you help us? We need a nurse to sign off on this." And at that time, I didn't know about the Joe Tippins protocol. I didn't know about using deworming in the pet realm, pharmaceuticals to help roll back these things. That I found out about that because I was trying to help them. They were not ready to give up. They wanted to fight. So all these things we come into awareness at different times, at different seasons for different reasons, right? And because of them, what they went through, like nobody should have to go through what his wife went through to get a bag of IV fluids. It was painful. It was painful watching them go through that struggle in a small community and not having access. So I found a IV company out of Texas that had a doctor that I could come under, that I could work with, that I could have standing orders, and then we could do vitamin IVs. We can't treat, when you're working with companies like that, even in my practice, I don't treat disease, period. I don't diagnose. I don't do anything medical like that. I educate. We do functional testing, so optimal function to see how the body's tested, to the body's functioning. We do deficiency testing to see where the body is deficient, but we don't treat anything specific. I don't treat cancer. I don't treat diabetes. I don't treat autoimmune disease. I treat a body that is not functioning optimally. So, like with that IV company, we had standing orders for an immune booster, we could do glutathione. I could do IM injections of vitamin B. And I'm busy. Like, so that for me, I didn't really advertise it. So it didn't really catch on because I wasn't really trying to make it catch on, right? And all of my other business, the walk in with the store, meeting with clients one on one, it had gotten to be where then when somebody did want an IV, keeping the vitamins fresh was difficult. And then physically having the time to do it, it didn't feel good. It made me feel stressed. So I let it go. And now I'm so excited because I have got a way to offer these things, not all of them, but a good portion of them to my clients on more of a DIY type level. So I just joined forces as an affiliate with a company, another doctor telehealth situation, kind of like the IV, but this time I don't have to stock any of the things. If you are interested, you just reach out to me and I will give you my link, my affiliate link. Most all of us here doing videos, promoting products. That's how my whole store bloomed, is so I could bring to my clients what I was recommending. So, like in the store, we have Queen of Thrones castor oil. Instead of having an affiliate link, I have it physically in the store. My clients can just buy it. Red light. I have physical, high powered PEMF and red light in the store. But if you want to use it home, I have an affiliate with Therasage, right? So as as health people, as wellness people, we share our products. We have affiliate links for all these things. So now I have got an affiliate link where I can earn a really nice income, and I can recommend, I can use, and I can give my clients what they're wanting. So in the past, I maybe have said and done things that would sound negative towards GLP-1s. I definitely heard the big influencers like Dr. Artis and a lot of the people coming against them. That was my programming. And then when I got curious, with my own stuck weight issues. I've done everything, the detox, everything. I've done it all. And I keep a pretty tight ship, right? But my body's still like, I'm really big chested. I don't know if that's going to go away. I'll back up. I've got my little microphone, but like, this is me. This is my before. Today was my first injection. So a couple years ago, I was a little bit lighter than what I am now. Excuse the mess in my kitchen. I didn't even look around before I went live. This is me. You'll always get authentic. You'll always get real. So anyway, I've kind of stayed at this same weight for a long time. A couple years ago, I would say I was better. I was lighter. And then just 2 months ago, I started working out, doing HIIT programs. We're more on the carnivore side of life. I kind of eat one meal a day, do a protein shake for one. And I mean, I've done that forever. I've done intermittent fasting. My main thing is I eat too late in the evening. My world, how we roll around here, we farm, we ranch, everything runs late. So I have yet to get that one really solidified. But anyway, so I too had heard all the negative press, all of the yuck about GLP-1s, and I wasn't really for or against it. But when people came to me, I could not offer it, right? And then I'm super stubborn, and even if I needed to lose 80 pounds, I would not walk into a doctor's office. And I hadn't even thought about this stuff existing by telemed. That thought hadn't even crossed my mind. But I wasn't looking for it. Like that wasn't something that was even on my radar. Some of it because of that fear mongering. So when people would come in, I had all the time people come in the store. What do you do for weight loss? My answer is like, well, I kind of do it the hard way. A healthy body finds a healthy weight. Let's get your detox pathways open. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's avoid the 7 inflammatory foods. And most people do absolutely lose weight. And that's a great way to lose weight. But we can do that with the GLPs. So just, good old social media. This gal named Latoya, I don't remember if she dropped me a personal message or if she must have. I honestly don't remember. But she was in my DMs telling me that I could get an affiliate commission and I could get peptides. I have clients all the time wanting peptides. So I did team up with Make Wellness, which are plant peptides. For me, I'm sure they're amazing. And I have a brick and mortar. I have a physical store. So I want to give my audience, my clients, what they want. So that's what I had access to. So I have an affiliate with them. They're on my website. if I've got someone who walks in my door that is against GLP-1s, that has had a bad trip, that does not want to go that route, I got you. We can do completely natural. We can do plant peptides. I got you. Completely natural. I myself, that's part of my weight gain. A couple months ago, I tried them plus a Acromacia, the GLP-1 Acromacia, which should stimulate that GLP-1 pathway. Like, I know from testing I'm low on Acromacia, but I gained on that too. So between exercising, and granted, I'm stocky, my muscles have always been on that firm side, even when I don't work out. So between trying those two things and exercising, I gained 7 pounds. So, like, as of this morning, when I did my first GLP-1 injection, I'm 7 pounds heavier, almost 10, than what my normal baseline has been for the last 2 years. So, go figure, right? Go figure. Um, so maybe I won't, maybe I won't lose on these. I don't know. We're gonna try it. But no matter what, I'm still going to be positive and promote it. The company that I've partnered with, they are more on the functional side of medicine. One, I like that it's just cash. They don't take insurance, so you're not asking permission from your insurance company to get on these. Um, I myself, if I had insurance, which I don't, if I was going to go to a doctor, which I would refuse, I would not qualify. I don't think. I don't think that your insurance will pay when it's for weight loss. So I wouldn't qualify because my insulin rides low. My A1C rides low. I don't have those typical type 2 diabetes issues. When I look at my labs, my deep labs, which I drew Monday morning, so I'll be posting results before and after. This is what things look like before the GLP. This is what they look like after. So my husband and I, we did labs, and it's going to be case study. You know, I can talk about my story. I can talk about his story. He doesn't mind. So I can't tell you what to do. I can't give you medical advice, but I can share our story, right? I can map this out, what it looks like. My practice, my health coaching practice, if you want to order your GLPs through me, I won't make you do anything, but I would highly recommend that you do my really nice, we call it a no sugar panel, comprehensive set of labs before you start, like I was talking about. We do insulin, we do A1C, your normal CBC has got a blood glucose, we do a normal CMP for liver, kidney function, all that. We do lipid panel, normals. But we also grab your cortisol, we grab your DHEAS, we grab E2, we grab testosterone free and total, we grab your thyroid, a nice, that one doesn't do the ABS. If you want to add it, we can add anything you want. We'll do a CRP, your inflammatory marker. We'll do a vitamin D. Sure, there's some things that I left out. I know ferritin is in there. I don't think homocysteine is in that one. But insulin. We're going to test your insulin. You know, if your insulin then is like really low, then you're not making insulin. And then you want to be on the GLP-1-GIP. And they both have B12 in them. So if your insulin tends to bottom out, if you tend to low, and like this happened to me, I didn't realize it until, weight's always an issue. Probably a year ago, I have Access. If you like Access, go on my website under affiliates, and it's Thea Health. And that is a continuous blood sugar monitor. Again, you pay cash. It's not that much. It's a company who has got doctors on top of the food chain who are putting out an order. It's an actual order. They have an app, they tell you how to use it, and they help you monitor. So I had done that for a few months just to see, because if I'm going to recommend it, I'm going to try it. That's kind of how I roll. If I'm going to recommend it, I'm going to try it. So when I was wearing that continuous blood sugar monitor, I did not realize that my insulin would get in the 50s, or my blood sugar would get in the 50s during the day, and at the night. The first time it happened, I always keep my phone out in the living room. I don't leave it by my head, the whole EMF, fry your brain thing, and just trying to sleep better. So in the middle of the night, this horrible alarm is going off. So I wake up, I go out, and it's my phone going off telling me my blood sugar is whatever it was in the 50s. I'm asymptomatic. I feel fine. The drop in my blood sugar hadn't woke me up. It hadn't caused sweats, nothing. And then throughout that time that I wore it, that would happen in the middle of the day as well. Not very often. Probably throughout 3 months, I could count on two hands how many times that happened. So not that frequently, but it's interesting. And a couple years ago, when I did that no sugar panel, my insulin was below normal. The normal range, I think, is like 3 to 25 or something like that. And mine was like 2 something. So, I'm not producing very much insulin. That's something that I have chosen to keep track of. But you go to the doctor, even if they think you're type 1 diabetes, they'll run your antibodies, your pancreas, your antibodies. But nobody talks about insulin. I just don't understand that. Or they'll call you insulin resistant and type 2 diabetic, but they don't check your insulin. They don't check your leptin. I don't get it. Leptin's in that panel too, if I didn't say that. Leptin's in that. So anyway, I have already been consciously aware, consciously checking these things out. Now, another interesting thing is I offer these lab panels, right? And then I paid dearly, again, for access to a doctor to help me out, who has designed a functional software program. So optimal function. So I take the lab numbers and I plug them in to this doctor's optimal function software, and it tells me we don't look at those normals anymore. We get out of the sick care system. We're not looking at those normals. We're looking at optimal function. So even with, like I said, low blood sugars, low A1C, there are other markers in there that allude to the fact that I do have metabolic flexibility or precursors to sugar problems, right? And for me, I'm pretty sure it's that like dirty sugar, like I've always dirty estrogen, stores in your liver, stores in your boobs, is the real root cause to hormone cancers, right? You'll hear me say stuff like that might not make sense to you until you start putting the pieces together, until you start doing some digging. So anyway, I think I keep dirty sugar in my huge muscles. My muscles should not be this big. Do I have plenty of body fat? I do. But if I'm going to just do like old lady walking and HIIT exercises and gain that much weight, that's not right. That's weird. So what I've learned from my mentors and from the people using their body as a science experiment with these GLPs is that that's false muscle. Everybody talks about the muscle wasting on these medications. I don't think that's the case. I think that's that dirty sugar coming out of your muscles. So when I lose, am I going to look less muscular? Yeah, especially if I don't do the protein, if I don't work out. But I think that's what my body needs to get that inflammation out, to get that sugar out. My body's going to have to dig deep into those muscles where that dirty sugar is stored. Like I can fast for 4 days. It doesn't bother me a bit. I'll watch my blood sugar. The one time I did it, one night, it got, I think it got into the upper 40s, and I just went to bed on that. I just slept on it, and it was stable. In the morning, I had some fat. I think I just did like a pat of butter or something, and it stabilized. It came, right up. So I myself, I do a lot of experimenting. I will experiment all day long on myself. I don't experiment like that with the people that I coach. I don't expect them to experiment like that. We all are in at place where we only know our intuition has to tell us what we're ready for, what we can handle. You're going to be hearing me talking a lot about this and sharing my journey, whether it's the results I want or not. I will be absolutely honest with you as these things change. So I already have it on order. I wanted to wait until I got this first peptide going, and then the next one I'm going to add in is I'm not an expert on these, and I don't even know all the names of them yet. Like seriously, I'm just excited to get going and help people heal. Like the people who have come before me, there's so many nurses, so many nurse practitioners, doctors that are doing this affiliate marketing. The prescribers are doing it because they can reach out to every state. The marketing, the company that we're using, they have the doctors, they have the workforce, and they're licensed in every state. So like one of my friends that's a holistic, I think she's a naturopathic doctor, she signed up to be an affiliate, to use an outside prescriber to give her patients access to the GLP because she's only licensed in like 2 states and she does telehealth and she doesn't have time to study the dosing. So she's going to turn that over to the experts and let them do that. So it doesn't matter who you are, if you're watching this video, you can use the product, you can become an affiliate, you can earn up to 40%, 20% minimum. So if you are your own customer, then you're going to get a 20% discount on your peptides, on what you want, right? Like no brainer. You absolutely can run with it. You're going to see me trying to run, not trying. I'm going to run. If you are in my contacts, I am going to be bothering you. You can politely say, Tanya, I don't think I'm ready for this. Or you can say, it's about time. I've been waiting for somebody to offer me this. Either one, I am going to be knocking on your messenger, knocking on your cell phone, in your email. I'm going to be talking about this every step of the way. Now, the second one I ordered, I have it on the way. The company was really quick. Casey and I ordered over the weekend. I don't remember if it was Thursday or Friday, but we got our peptides today. So that was, we got them last night. We got them yesterday. We didn't really feel organized, so we started today. So Monday, that even if Thursday, Friday to Monday, that's pretty good. It's a compounding pharmacy. So like I say, they're mixed with that B12. The next one that I am going to try is going to be stick with me, BCP 157/TB500. And it is for tissue repair. So any tissue, soft tissue in your body that's broke down or muscle. I have got a lot of, from having so much reflex in the past, I have got swallowing issues. My dad has it. I have a hiatal hernia that I keep under control. I've got a great chiropractor that helps me out to push that thing down if it's activated. If you don't know about that, reach out to me, reach out to a chiropractor, find somebody. Hiatal hernias can be managed. They can be manipulated, they can be managed. So, but anyway, I was on a proton pump inhibitor for over a decade. So much heartburn, so much acid, scarring. That's a huge part of my why I got so messed up in the first place. But anyway, so I am hoping to help heal that esophageal tissue. One of my friends in the company shared a testimony of an older gentleman that had amazing healing when he used that peptide. Also, the gut lining, all the work that I've done, my gut is still just a mess. Like, not the mess that it used to be, but just not as good as it could be. So I am really hoping, I'm hoping I don't build a bunch of muscle mass. I don't need that. But I'm hoping that GI mucosa really improves, really starts to heal. Then I have a list, right? I have a list. Then the next thing after that I want to try is the NAD. So the NAD, that's a weekly injection as well. When I did IVs, it was super expensive. It was almost $600, and it was a hassle. I had to get each patient who wanted it had to get a prescription dose. I only gave it twice. And, my IV company, they warned me that you have to let your clients know it's going to be uncomfortable, and it takes 4 hours. So I had my husband and one other guy. I still have my dose of it here at home. I never did use mine, mostly because I can't start my own IV, and I just never had anybody around to start that IV for me. But they were miserable. I did them both at the same time, and I'm really glad that I did. The guy who wanted it, I warned him that it was going to be uncomfortable. It was going to hurt. It was going to make him feel sick. And I think he believed me, but he didn't really believe me. And he was way wimpier about it than my husband was. My husband, he finished about 45 minutes faster than that guy did. And like that guy, he just kept whining about it, about how yucky he felt. And, I'm like, you don't have to do it. Like, nobody's making you finish this. You volunteered, like, it's not you're at a hospital or something and it's a life or death situation. I'm like, you volunteered for this. He did eventually finish it. He did not come back for more. That's for sure. He did not come back for more. And like I said, I think I had the IV service for like 3 years, and I only did those 2 doses. So just not really in high demand. Now, the people in the company, my mentors, they say that NAD injectable does not feel like that. And you just do it once a week. So NAD is great for rapid cell growth. It's great for brain, for clarity, for memory, all of those things. So I'm excited to try that. And then they've got some really cool face serums that have got NAD in them, as well as some other peptides that, I'm thinking if I lose 20 to 30 pounds, when I lose 20 to 30 pounds, I'm going to be really wrinkly, right? Like when you lose that chub in your cheeks, then all of a sudden, I'm 52, all of a sudden you look like you're 62 because you've lost all of that chub in your face. So I probably will be in for the wrinkles. Right now I'm just good with my tallow, but I haven't lost that weight. I'm not feeling really wrinkly yet either. So as I rattle on, this video is getting pretty long. Imagine that, my video is getting long. I want to show you quick our GLP package. So, and just a little bit about the dose. It's setup so nice. So for my clientele, if you're, close to me and you're nervous about those first couple of injections, come on in, right? I'm a licensed nurse. I can teach you. I can walk you through it. I can poke you if you can't do it yourself. My husband was a complete baby about that today. Complete baby. Like, I ended up having to poke him. He whined around and cried like a baby. So this is the company that I'm talking about. It's backwards, upside down. Shoot me a link, drop me a comment, any of that good stuff. I would be glad to tell you more. I would be glad to get you in on the offer towards the end of the month. They've got a really sweet little incentive. This company is just turned a year old and they are on the move. The people who are affiliated with this company are movers and shakers. Like, could you imagine if you were in that first year with, I don't know, think of whatever big MLM company like Melaleuca or Young Living Oils or Shackley or any of them. Can you imagine if you would have been in with that company at year one? Like, that's where I'm at. I'm in early. I'm excited. And I'm mostly excited because I can give my clients what they want. Everybody, not everybody, but weekly, multiple people come in. What do you offer for weight loss? Well, we kind of do it the hard way. We can try to stimulate your GLP-1 pathways naturally using berberine or using a probiotic, a achromatia, or we can use gymnema, or we can use yerba mate. So, and we can still do all those things. I am here to offer what you want. If you want to stay natural and do it all that way and really do the fiber, do the diet, I'm your girl. I will support you. I've got supplements for that. I've got friends who sell other stuff for that, and I will gladly give you their name. If you want GLP-1, if you for whatever reason don't qualify at the doctor, it's overpriced at the doctor when you go to pick it up, this is super affordable. It's going to cost you out of pocket about $300 a month. And depending on which one you choose, but that includes your telehealth visit. There's no other doctor charges. There's no other like package prices or anything like that. They give you this cute little journal. Isn't that cute? This journal, you can track all of your what you're eating, what you're drinking, your exercise. So you still want to do it smart. You still don't want to eat at McDonald's, right? So protein, light exercise, heavy exercise. A lot of people who are affiliates with this, I didn't know that bodybuilding was such a thing. Like, I'm in a little town in Montana, like horses are a big thing. Cowboys are a big thing. Like, bodybuilding is a surprise to me. So they do some really cool things to manipulate their muscles and their figures. They use a microdose of the GLPs, and then they use the muscle building peptides, and they're getting amazing results. Like, they are just shredding that fat layer and adding muscle like amazing. It really blows my mind. And there's another cute little booklet that came with it, a nice little welcome card, and this cool measure. So you put your body part in there, around your neck, around your waist, whatever, and click this little thing, and it gives you a nice, well, it works. It's just me that is not working it. Gives you a really nice way to measure. So you want to count all these things. You want to do all these things. Then I'll quick show you, this is how my GLP came. It's so clearly marked. The directions are really easy to understand. There is 3, so you set up for 3 months. There's your first, second, and third. So each month, the actual prescription is going to go up in strength. This first loading dose for me, my husband's was the same. Yours might be different. For me, it was the strength is 1 milligram strong, and I am to take 25 units. So it comes out to um, 1 milligram, and I'm only taking 25 units. So a quarter of a milligram is, and it's once a week. That's where I'm starting out with. Then the next month, my dose is going to be, the bottle is going to be 2 milligrams, and I'm still just going to take a quarter of that. And then the next month, I think it goes up to 3. Nope, the next month it goes up to 4. And I continue to just take a quarter of the dose. So simple. And then after 3 months, we check back in and readjust or reassess and see how I'm doing, see what needs to be changed, if anything needs to be changed. So if you are watching this video now, or if you're watching it on the replay, just comment, wave at me, and I'll send you the link, the direct message. If you are on any of my social medias, I do have a link in bio. It's the second link, and it just says peptides. It's not a direct link to the company. I will give you some information. So I'll tell you about my options. I'll tell you about my just completely plant peptides from Make Wellness. I'll tell you about these GLPs and how that might fit into what you want. So I'm not here to say yay or nay. It's completely up to you to decide what you want to try. But I'm going to share my story, good, bad, or indifferent. I will let you know. And my husband, he's along for the ride. Whatever I'm doing, he gets sucked into. So I'll be sharing his story as well. Hopefully that next week he'll be grown up enough to do his own shot. If not, yes, of course, I will do it for him. So, oh, Connie, hi, nice to see you. So that's all I have to say for this video. I better go back to cutting my cucumbers. I should have known better. I kind of thought I could cut cucumbers, make salad, and talk at the same time. So if you just got here, I'm making, we love this spaghetti salad. I use gluten-free rice noodles. I do cheat and use the Olive Garden salad dressing, and then, just whatever goodness we have to throw in it. And my husband and I, a lot of days, that's lunch. We do realize all this GLP talk, everybody's raise your protein, raise your protein. I mean, he eats beef 3 times a day. I try not to because I just don't think I need that much. But I do realize I'm going to have to be kind of reassessing, renegotiating the protein. So if you've got any, there too, our company is launching a protein shake. So I'll have to try that as well. At the store, we've got Designs for Health. So they're kind of my main source for protein and that kind of thing. But thank you guys for tuning in. Replay, like, share. I'm just a little tiny dot in the social media food chain or whatever. So I absolutely see every like. I appreciate every share. Thank you. Good night. God bless.